Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in today's reading where I'll be using the Universal Weights deck and the Starseed Oracle deck. So remember to take what resonates and to leave behind whatever you feel does not from today's reading. So let's find out what messages come through and what energies you may be dealing with. So the first card we have is the Death card. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So you could be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Aquarius, or even a Libra. And finally, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So with the Eight of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon card. So the Moon card shows that you could also be dealing with a Pisces. Okay. So with the Moon card, this is a card that shows a lack of clarity perhaps on a situation that you may be going through. And it also shows some illusions, the kind of illusions that come about from perhaps not getting the full picture on something and only having a very subjective view of a situation. So with the Moon card, this could also be showing perhaps some deceptions, but it's the kind of deceptions that come out of those illusions that come from a lack of clarity and some information not being said, or communication not being very effective between two people. And that is why with this card there could be a lot of room for misinterpretation as well, and a little bit of a misunderstanding. And so yes, with the Moon card, this is all about something appearing to be something that is not a true representation of what it actually is. This is a card that shows a lot of illusions and strong Pisces energy. So the Moon card, this is a lot of mystery that can exist, and with the lack of certainty that can be showing with the Moon card, this is all about being able to also use your intuition when there's no clear answer. Okay, and then with the Death card over here, so with this Death card, this is a card that is showing some kind of an ending, putting an ending to something, perhaps moving on from a situation that is already perhaps long overdue, is something that is not serving you, and being able to move on from it and move to a place where it may be a little bit more clearer, things may be more simple and easier to breathe in. And this is a very reviving energy. This is all about being able to recognize something that is not working, and also being able to come up with a new solution for that in that kind of a situation. So generally with the Death card, this is all about some kind of an end, putting an end to something, or something coming to an end in your life, but also your consciousness and your state of awareness being able to also rise as a result of anything that may be lost or anything that you're moving on from. So your perspective could also be heightening, and you could also be gaining a lot more clarity, a lot of awareness, especially following the Moon card at the bottom of the deck, which is all about perhaps a veil being over your eyes as far as a situation and not having a lot of clarity on it. With the Death card, this is all about almost like a epiphany, an awakening to being able to see what perhaps you could not see before as well. So also you could be gaining a lot of awareness on a situation on this day, and that can be coming out of perhaps being able to distance yourself from a situation. And so this Queen of Swords energy, it's also a card all about perhaps holding on to any wrongdoing. So anybody who may have slighted you, and being very stern and unforgiving and almost kind of a scorned energy. And so with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is a card showing somebody who is perhaps not taking any wrongdoings very well. This is a card showing someone who perhaps may be in a place where they may be feeling very traumatized from a situation that perhaps may have done them wrong, and it may have caught them off guard. This is a card that is showing even a scorned woman. So this could even be somebody else's energy. This could be the energy of perhaps somebody that you may be walking away from, or in any kind of ending. This may be bringing out these kind of feelings, of feeling very triggered and using those feelings in a negative way, and really channeling them towards perhaps a less conducive place where it is showing a lot of manipulation and cruelty. And this could be all about feeling very slighted. So this person showing up with this Queen of Swords energy is also somebody who's not perhaps communicating very effectively. The communication is very poor as well with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is all about a very revengeful kind of energy, but it's very scorned, and at the root of it there could be a lot of hurt with this Queen of Swords energy. And I'm getting that this could be perhaps what is leading to that Moon energy at the bottom of the deck. This could be about perhaps somebody who may be feeling very hurt, and it could be them ending up showing up as a bit harsh with their words. Okay, so that is some toxic energy that comes through that Queen of Swords energy. So perhaps this is an inability to deal with this Death card, but it all stems from a very hurt place, and it may be coming out in very toxic ways, like in harsh words, in cruel behaviors as well. And then with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, this is a card that shows somebody wanting to stay. So to stay in a place that perhaps is not very favorable, because this could be stemming from a place of being afraid of being alone, and not wanting to experience having to be alone in a situation. Perhaps prioritizing the more material and the security over your own well-being. This is all about perhaps remaining in a place that is not really serving to you. And with this card, so it shows the Moon again. So this could also be an illusion. The idea that in remaining in a place where you're unhappy, that will mean that you get to maintain some kind of a security, or maintain some kind of a union, and avoid having to be lonely. That's all about that being an illusion, that perception. And with this card in the reverse, so this is a card about staying and fighting for something to continue to work that may not necessarily be very, very serving or very very supportive. So these cards with the Death card is showing that perhaps they may be in a situation that is long overdue. This could be about a situation that perhaps was once what felt like it was a favorable situation, perhaps reaching its expiration date. And perhaps there's a lot of illusion around that, and a lot of inability to see through the situation, and it having had reached the end date, and it could be very difficult to cope with as well. So let's find out what message comes through with the Starseed Oracle deck. So the card we have is this card over here. It says, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So with this card called I Remember, this is all about being able to make a decision to move away from a path that perhaps feels more comfortable and more safe, in favor of moving in a direction of something that is new to you, something that is unfamiliar to you, that is actually, in the grander scheme of things, perhaps more favorable. This is all about being able to walk away from an unideal situation, or a situation that is leading to a very complacent place. This is all about being able to take the step into moving into a direction that will align you to your destiny overall. So with this Oracle card, this is all about having faith in the universe and in your destined path. It's all about being able to get in alignment with your destiny. Okay, so that is all I have for today's reading, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Sagittarius.